Hello, mis amigos. Just a quick video here on my experience with getting orange teeth after quitting junk food and processed sugar for 19 or 20 years of my life. Dental calculus, if you want to be a nerdy scientist. So let's just go right to the beginning. I started eating real food about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, cooking real food, eggs, real foods, and then started getting a little stricter. Less ingredients in those foods, less spices, less seasonings, less oils, less overcooking, less carbs, and then kind of going back and forth from fruit and meat to mostly meat, maybe a tiny bit of fruit, to carnivore for 2 weeks, back to fruit for a month, carnivore for a week, back to fruit. And then it was about September of 2024, so about coming up on a year and a half ago, I pretty much started carnivore completely, where wasn't ideal looking back at it, but all I had was ground beef. And knowing what I know about dental calculus now, ground beef can make it a little bit worse, make the person have a little bit worse of an experience with their teeth. And I would say this past year, for sure, because the last time I had gone to the dentist was the spring of 2024, right around when I really cut out carbs. And the only carbs or sugars I was having was real, organic, high quality fruits. So it was a little better. Well, about a year after that dentist appointment in the spring and summer of 2025, I definitely started noticing my teeth in the mirror. I'm like, man, I guess I never knew I've always had orange teeth and orange calculus in between my teeth. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just how I look, what it is. But then a few people in my life started mentioning it more and more, and then I started noticing it more and more. I'm like, it's getting more orange. It's like someone's painting orange lines in between my teeth. And of course, my first thought was, oh, okay, around that time as well, a year or two ago, I quit using Colgate 70 ingredient toothpaste that keep you in bed with the dentist and that whole industry. And I started using like a more natural, it still had a bunch of ingredients, Dr. Bronner's, the black toothpaste. And then about in the fall of 2024, I quit that completely. So about a year and a half ago, I quit using that completely and only started using water. Just a soft, and then I also switched from a hard bristle brush to a soft bristle brush. And then I thought it'd be smart to quit flossing for a couple months in the spring of this year when it started really getting bad. And what I kind of realized was with the ground beef and the type of rendered fat that I was eating, which isn't raw and completely natural, but also from detoxing and oxalate dumping after 20 years of eating high oxalates and sugars and carbs. So there's a lot of combination and a lot going on at the same time. Detox with oxalates, with sugars, with my microbiome in my mouth changing, because our mouth is the most dense. I mean, think about the millions of things we don't even know that are in our mouth that help prepare and break down our food. It's truly incredible how we're made. Thank you, Lord. But I got to the point this fall, just a couple months ago, where I'm like, okay, I did some research. Once it forms on the tooth and it hardens and it calcifies over, I ain't gonna get in there with a sharp tool and pick it off. So I went to the dentist. I know. I went to the dentist, and my lady was just roasting me, She was just saying I don't brush my teeth, I don't use toothpaste, I need to get the Colgate vibrating toothbrush, I need to get this $100 toothbrush that vibrates and probably zaps with high EMF all my microbiome in my mouth and my thyroid and my jaw and my brain. And I also made a big mistake when I went there. I let her take an x-ray. Man, they just get you. You know, they just say cheese real quick. Didn't even get my consent, just cheese, x-ray. Probably got some damage from that we're having to repair here in Costa Rica and in the future. But that's for another video. And she had to spend the entire time just scraping off the calculus, the dental calculus. And when she was scraping it off, and we would try like spitting it out, but I was basically just swallowing all of it. It was really bad. And I was telling her, I'm like, it tastes disgusting. Oh, it's horrible. Like, it tasted like there was death in my mouth. And it was very disgusting. So from my understanding, you know, it once you don't get it off, it hardens, the bacteria grow into it and on it. So now you got bad bacteria on top of the oxalates and the detoxing from quitting sugar. Because when you eat sugar or you do something your whole life and you quit doing it, your body's like, whoa, bro, we've kind of been relying on this mechanism for 20 years. What are you doing? I guess we'll start getting rid of it. And so it did. And she said she couldn't even get all of it off. So, but I've noticed over the last like 3 months, I think, since that appointment, I feel like my teeth have maybe gotten even better. I don't know. What was fascinating was after the appointment, she handed me a mirror and I couldn't believe. I was in awe because for the first time in felt like maybe a year or two, I could actually see the teeth in my mouth. Like, I could actually see the lines. I can actually make out which tooth was which. It wasn't just all one, and then it had calculus in the middle of it that was turning orange over time. And man, just crazy. So, yeah, it wasn't the Colgate toothpaste. It wasn't whatever. I'm sure not brushing and flossing as much. That's what I do now. I brush. I have a little bit harder of a bristle brush, and I floss after pretty much every meal. But what I notice, when you eat raw meat, when you eat chewy meat, and you take bigger bites instead of little nibble cat bites, you actually clean your teeth with the raw meat. And when you eat ground beef, especially when I was cooking it, man, I mean, it's just, like, it's not cleaning your teeth, it's just adding debris to it. And then if you don't get it off, you got problems. But when you eat steak, raw steak, rare steak, medium rare steak, that is a toothbrush. That's Mother Nature's toothbrush. So eventually I won't really need to be as diligent, but I've just been brushing, flossing after each meal. It feels good, feels clean, but I'm not like scrubbing. You know, it feels uncomfortable when you really get in there, and like, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's what we should be doing. And my brain kind of cringes, so I don't. I get the big chunks out if any are in there, and then just lightly brush, get the back of the tongue, good to go. But I cannot wait to get back to Ohio in the spring, hopefully, and go back. We scheduled an appointment to get the rest of the calculus off. Who knows? I mean, maybe with all the sun I'm getting and some things, maybe some more of it will come off naturally. That would be insane. But everyone tells you it doesn't come off naturally. So we'll probably go back there, and she's going to be like, oh, you bought that Colgate toothpaste I told you about, didn't you, Brendan? Good boy. She's going to give me big pats on the back. Good boy, Brendan. You got that Oral-B vibrating toothbrush, didn't you? You good boy, Brendan. I'm going to say, oh, yes, baby. Yes, I did. I'm a good boy, aren't I? I'm a really good boy. And then she's going to get the rest of it off. And my teeth are just going to be unbelievable. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I already have right now the best teeth, the whitest teeth, the clearest teeth, the smoothest teeth, the cleanest mouth I've ever had in my life. Obviously from raw meat, from high quality nutrition, grounding, sunlight, all the factors we talk about in this channel. But I'm really looking forward to it because it's gonna be my last routine dentist appointment in my life. So obviously emergencies happen. I pass out right here for some reason, chip my tooth. Okay, maybe I'll go to the dentist. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll ponder still. But yeah, really looking forward, guys, to my last dentist appointment ever in my life in terms of a routine cleaning or checkup. And I'll make sure she doesn't get an x-ray of me to radiate all my sensitive organs around my throat and mouth. Man, they really just keep you in bed, don't they? Keep you coming back, returning customer. I mean, Salo's pressure washing, it's like, man, like when I'm at a job and I see something, I'm like, okay, if it's quite dirty, ooh, if I just leave this dirty, if I don't clean this properly, they'll have to call me sooner. It's like, that is the last thing from a business standpoint. If you want to be righteous with the Lord and with yourself when your head hits the pillow at night and you want to feel happy in life, that is the last thing you want to be thinking or even pondering about in life. And that's just what all these industries and companies do. They're all in bed with each other. They keep you in bed with them. And that's what we're here to inform you guys about on this channel and just try to make a difference out there. That's all I'm trying to do. Share my story as I'm going through the story and help just a couple of you guys out there, maybe even more. That's the goal. We will see you in the next one. Adios.